I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Shall I have some Christmas music while we wait for people to join us? All right, let's have I Saw Three Ships. You're very welcome along to the unveiling of the December box of the Blackwater Tasters Club. You never know, we'd actually practice that, would you? Anyway, you're very welcome. I'm just going to lean across and put this away. We might well have some more music later on. Yeah, I got the hat on, I got the glasses on, and you're all very welcome. Breathe, the year is nearly over, and it's all about good things tonight. You will now have in your sweaty hand, I hope, one of these. If you haven't, you still have time to order. We're down to the last few boxes. But if you're ordering from outside Ireland, you have until midnight tomorrow night to order. And if you are in Ireland, you have from midnight Sunday the 20th. I'll go over that again at the end. But tonight, we are talking about the Christmas box and the cocktail. So we'll do live cocktail making with John Coleman, who's behind the wall there, being brilliant, as always. And hello, Ellen, indeed, if you're out there and you want to let us know where you are, and if you have a very nice hat like me, then do share that with us. We'd love to hear from you. And tonight we're going to talk about our Christmas pudding gin. This is something I've wanted to make happen for an awful long time, which says a lot about me, really. And the cranberry vodka liqueur, which is a bit of fun, really. I enjoyed making this. So who is there? Judith Woodworth likes the hat. You have excellent taste, Judith Woodworth. This is my special hat for the night. Battery powered, of course. Margot, hello, Margot, all the way from Dungarvan. You've come a long way. And of course, we're here in Ballyduff, not far from Dungarvan. So I will start talking about this, which is our cranberry vodka liqueur. Kieran, how are you from the fields of Athenry? I like this straight from the freezer. I'll tell you why. Because it cleanses the palate. The idea of this was to, you know, that lovely bitter, sour cranberry taste you get from a really good cranberry sauce. We'll kind of to replicate that. So when we were designing this, we kept it really, really simple. We actually got literally just kilos and kilos and kilos of frozen cranberries, which we soaked, macerated is the posh word for soaked, macerated in our vodka for weeks and weeks. I've forgotten exactly how many weeks now. It was an awful long time. We then drained and strained everything off, and then we had an interesting point. How much filtering would we do? We tried filtering quite a bit. It removed a lot of the flavor. So if you do see a little bit of a haze, it's perfectly normal. That's actually flavor. So we decided that we would just use just under 1 micron filter just to clean it up, but we didn't really take all the goodness out. We then step sweetened. Noreen, hello from Connor. We step sweetened, which means instead of just going for one big dollop of sweetener, we would make up batches of simple syrup and add it over a period of a week until we were happy with pretty much where it was. So it would be slightly sweet, or sweet, yes, slightly more than sweet, but not too sweet. We still want a lot of a bitter bite. So it works really, really well frozen straight from the freezer, but it also is fabulous in a cocktail. At which point in time, it's probably worth talking to the man behind the wall there. Hello, Jenny from Black Rock, because John Coleman has designed a very nice cocktail to go with this liquid. John, how are you doing this evening?
Not too bad, Peter and Michael, folks. Yeah, we're going to start with our first cocktail this evening, which is the Festive Fizz, and it's a cocktail I created to be very, very easy to recreate at home. And the first thing you're going to need is your favourite wine glass. And we'll start with the glass. What you want to do is you want to fill it with, first thing we're going to do is we're going to zest our glass. So let's get an orange and just take a little bit of a peel off it. So And what you want to do is just compress that over the glass. Let's get that zest in there, and then just drop it in. And then we're going to go to our crushed ice, and you want about half fill it with crushed ice. The reason why I'm using crushed ice as well, as Peter touched on, this drink is really, really nice, really cold. Really brings the flavours of cranberry up. So first of all, you put half fill it, and then you're going to get a cinnamon stick. It's going to pop it into the side there. And we're just going to leave that there to one side. So then we're going to get our cocktail shaker or jam jar. This doesn't really need much of a strong shake, so if you have a jam jar or cocktail shaker at home, and pop some ice into that. And again, it's very, very simple. We're going to go with 40 ml of our cranberry liqueur. Pop that in. Then we're going to get a bit of lemon juice, about 15 ml of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And a bit of sugar syrup, not much. It's got that nice natural sweetness to it already, so it's about 10 ml of your sugar syrup. And then cranberry juice. So 25 ml of your favorite cranberry juice. I just want to give that a quick shake. Doesn't take, takes about 4 to 6 seconds. So we're just going to pour into our glass. It should about half fill your wine glass of crushed ice. There we go. So now you're going to top that up with a bit more ice. Now you have a choice here. You can top it up with either soda water. You can use Porter's Wine Tonic, which is elderflower, which goes very, very nice. But my favorite is actually cava. Just going to give it a quick top up there with cava. Basically, this is what brings the fizz to the festive. There we go. There we go. Right to the top. Yeah. So what you want to do now is get another bit of orange. Just going to give zest to the top of the glass again. And that's going to show you a nice little trick to make a nice little garnish for this. Is if you have one of these tools at home, which is a juicer, you just want to take some of your crushed ice, pop it in here, and give it a good squeeze. Just squeeze it down. Give it a bit of a tap. And if everything goes well, it should just slide out. If everything goes well. Not quite, so we go in. This is live, you know. So we go one more time, let's give it a good squeeze. Let's give it a hold. Then we'll try again. There we go. What we have there is a nice crushed iced nest. Just pop that on top there. And we're going to get a couple of fresh cranberries. Pop them in. And if you have a nice sprig of rosemary, just pop them on top. And there you have your festive fizz. Cheers, folks.
Oh my goodness, John, that looks amazing. And that is a really fabulous cocktail. And we think that that would just be a wonderful cocktail to start off your Christmas, before your Christmas dinner. So we had a lot of fun putting together this box for you this month. Anyone who's already received it will have been delighted to see all the lovely things that were included, including underneath this sticker here, there was a little surprise, and we're going to be revealing that later. But we were delighted to commission a local artist because, as you can see, the on the box, on the front of the box, there is a label, and this is these beautiful gift labels here. Now we could have gone to China and bought hundreds of them, but instead we commissioned local artist Valerie Lee, who has a beautiful studio gallery in Lismore. Hello, Valerie. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Great. Well, delighted to be here in Ballyduff in West Waterford talking to you. And tell us a little bit about what it was like to make all these labels for the Blackwater Christmas box.
It was very exciting. It meant I got to play. So I started off with some ideas. and I
And
just
these
got
were
my
just luggage
materials.
tags, weren't they? They were just cardboard luggage tags.
Exactly. But they were a lovely buff shade, which meant that bright colours really popped on them. So I don't normally work with buff colour, and it was great fun actually. So I let myself have just a real go at them and see what came out. I went into it with no preconceived ideas, and
Yeah, Becky Mara says she loves the label and they're beautiful. So
oh, thank you.
that was great to hear. So we had all sorts of pictures. We had snowflakes, I think, on the labels. And tell us some of the techniques that you used to make these labels.
Okay, so here's a block printed one. Here's one I made earlier, as they used to say on Blue Peter. So there we go.
That's really beautiful.
So that's my snowflake. And I do things like I go against what would be conventional, which would be you put the full image in, and it's not necessary. You can play around and you can have just a little bit of the image.
Yeah.
And then this is another block print, and I was particularly fond of this.
Ah, yes, a beautiful Christmas tree.
So that's the Christmas tree. So that started off, I would try lots of different coloured inks until I came up with the exact finished design for each one. And this one is finished with little hand painted. Each one of those little dots are hand painted on.
Well, Valerie, you must have worked so hard, but we can't miss this opportunity to show some of your other work, because I have here in front of me the most beautiful box of wonderful gifts that anyone could get for Christmas if they were in Lismore or further afield. This gives you an idea of the wonderful gallery there we're looking at, where Valerie is right now. And I have here some beautiful boxes. So I'm going to open one of these. Valerie, will you tell me about these stunning pieces of jewellery?
Okay, we have got silver plated. Shall I turn the camera around and you can see some jewellery?
That would be lovely.
Okay. Just a little moment. I might go blank for a little while.
So tell us, this is some of your most favourite work.
Okay, some of my most favourite work. Well, I'm really loving my earrings at the moment. So I'm having great fun with those. And these are asymmetric.
Gorgeous.
And these are beads I've collected over the years.
Fantastic. Can we look at your beautiful felt pins? That I have one here in my hand.
Oh, my felt pins.
They're absolutely gorgeous. You could wear one on your coat, on your lapel. They're absolutely stunning.
Okay. So these are my felt pins. And I'm just going to go closer on those. So they all have their own personalities.
So tell me, where can we get your work? How can people, when are you open? Are you open every day between now?
I am open every day between now and Christmas, with sleeps in between. So 10 until 6.
Fantastic.
And, every day.
I have to say, folks, that what I consider some of the pièce de résistance of Valerie's work, it's a bit hard to see with the reflection, are these absolutely gorgeous little figures that are made out of clothes pegs. And they are little individual people. Each one is unique. So it's really lovely to have craft of this quality in Lismore. And how do people get in touch with you, Valerie? What's your, is it Instagram?
It is Instagram. I'm just going to show you my face now, because so you're not just talking to the shop. There we go. Here I am. So it's Gallery Valerie Lismore.
Excellent.
And
so folks should follow you there.
At the moment.
Say that again.
That's my only presence on online.
Okay.
So
well, look,
a website will follow, but you can email or message me.
Great.
Or phone me, and I can send any of the designs out, or you can have a shopping experience visually with a visual message.
Valerie, we are so grateful. It was lovely to be able to commission you to make the labels for our Christmas box. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. And lads, if ever there was an example of shopping local,
it's Valerie. So please do support a craft worker in your area. And we're now going to go back to Mary, who's going to talk about that surprise that was in the box.
Hi guys, how are you? So you might have noticed that there's this little miniature in your boxes. So this is our Blackwater No. 5 gin, and this is our classic London dry gin, and there's more details about it on this card, and there's also a €5 voucher off our e-store. But I am going to show you how to make the perfect serve with our No. 5 gin. So make sure you get a glass and fill it with ice. So don't be afraid to use too much ice. Okay, and then measure out 35 mils of the No. 5. Add your lime, and then the Poacher's Classic Tonic. This is an Irish company based in Wexford. So just top it up with the Classic Tonic. And cheers.
Thank you very much. Still muted, I think. I'm unmuted now. Thank you very much, Mary, aka John Coleman. And we're going to talk now about this, the Christmas pudding gin. And I do think somewhere in the nearby metropolis of Cork City, we have Kieran Curtin waiting to speak to us this evening. Kieran, we've been talking about
howdy
for a long time. I'm very, very good indeed. We finally got to make it.
We did.
You did. I just didn't do very much at all.
Yeah, it was quite a journey, as all these things turn out to be. So my starting point for it was we had some damsons that we were using in our Sloan damson gin. And I hived some away, and I was just thinking about plums and fruit for this. So I steeped the damsons in poteen for a week or something, and then I distilled that, which gave me a really, really interesting kind of sort of schnapps-like spirit with real kind of stone fruit qualities to it, but very subtle, very nice. So I thought that would make a nice kind of alcohol base to what was to become the Christmas pudding gin. So then we started playing. Then I kind of put together a recipe, thinking about the spice that'd be in a Christmas pudding. So kind of nutmeg and allspice and cinnamon and a lot of the things that we would often put in a gin anyway. Well, not so much the allspice, that was kind of special. And then lots of citrus fruit as well. So for the peel that would be in there. And so that gin came out really nice. And then blended that with the alcohol, but it just still seemed to be missing. Oh, sorry, we actually put Christmas pudding in the still as well.
It actually contains more Christmas pudding.
Yeah.
It's when you eat a Christmas pudding, you think, God, it's spicy. But when you distill a Christmas pudding, there's actually less spice in the pudding than you might imagine.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot coming across. So I mean, it was more about the spices we had, but we did. I tore up, and I actually steeped the pudding for a few days, and that went into the still with all the other gin ingredients. So still needed something after it. So we thought, okay, kind of raisins, currants. So we steeped raisins. I think it was currants actually I got were the only ones, oil-free ones I could get.
Yeah, that's right. That sugar won't distill, so it had to come after distillation.
Yeah. So that added a nice bit of kind of sweetness and a raisininess, and it was really, really nearly there. Then John tasted it, and he went, "Let's put it in a cask." And it's like, oh yeah, because what you do with Christmas pudding, you pour brandy or whiskey over it. So that was like what we did with this. We put it in an ex-cognac whiskey barrel, and what was the other barrel? A port. Export whiskey barrel. So all these things it was only for a couple of weeks, but that just brought it all together to give what gotta say, I really, really like it. It is reminiscent to Christmas pudding, but
And I think that's probably because of the cast. Because when you Christmas pudding, you're going to have other spirits in there too, and those spirits
yeah,
are what actually the wood extracted is in
yeah.
this.
And, and it's actually really, really nice with just a drop of brandy in it. Just any cognac you have, or Armagnac, or just a little drop in there. It's really, really lovely. Or the other way around. A little drop of this in a glass of brandy is really beautiful as well.
Well, you clearly enjoyed yourself, Kieran.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. Yeah. Lovely.
Thank you very much. It's a winner. Really like it. And Mary
Cheers.
Beth in St. Louis doesn't have any because she's in America, but it is a winner. So thank you very much, Kieran. Appreciate your time this evening.
Cheers.
It's
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. It's a super gin. We really, really, really love it. And I actually like this as well, with just ice as a gin and tonic. If you're going to do it, I like it citrus tonic. It just kind of bounces to life. But John Coleman has a very interesting twist on a cocktail using this gin. And considering we are now nearing the shortest day of the year and it is cold and wet and damp, this could well be the Christmas cocktail you need this year. John Coleman.
Thanks, Peter. Yeah, there was a bit of thought had to go into this one. It's using Christmas pudding gin and how to kind of make it, excuse me, how to make it really that indulgent Christmas cocktail. So I played around with a few things, and I kind of came up with the idea of making a hot Christmas drink. So I was thinking of people sitting down at the end of the evening, having their Christmas pudding, having their ice cream, having their dessert. This is what I put together. Basically, adding extra ingredients to this, very easy to make at home again, but you will notice there's not a cocktail shaker inside. We're kind of going my kitchen rules with this one. So we're going to start heating our gin gently. We're going to be adding coffee, and then we're going to be adding cream. So it's like a cross between an espresso martini and an Irish coffee. So first thing you're going to need is on your hob or hot plate, you're just going to need a small pan, and you're going to need 50 ml of your Christmas pudding gin. And what we're going to do after this is we're going to start adding some ingredients, adding some ingredients that are going to basically bring out the flavors of the gin. So as Kieran touched on, like, is really bringing those flavors to the fore. So the first thing we're going to get is a bit of orange zest. So we're just going to squeeze in a bit of orange zest again, and we're just going to drop it in. Next up here, what I have some star anise. I'm going to pop them in while it's heating. And also we're going to pop in 2 to 3 cloves, depending how spicy you want it to be yourself, but I'm going to add 3. And finally, just a bit of sweetness with it, 2 pinches of cinnamon. So you're just going to leave that gently heat away on your hob there. Leave that a quick dry before it heats up. So you leave that heat for about a minute or so. While you're doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to make your coffee. So what you're going to need is about 100 ml of your favorite coffee. Now, I prefer an espresso style coffee, but if you have any favorite that you like, whatever you feel yourself at home. So it's about 100 ml of your favorite coffee. I'm going to pop that a bit hot. I'm going to top that up slightly. And pop that on the heat as well. Just when your gin is heating up. And we're going to add a brown sugar syrup. You would have made a lot of sugar syrups over the last couple of months if you were tuning in. So this is a brown sugar syrup. This will bring a bit of sweetness to it as well. So it's going to have about 25 ml of your brown sugar syrup. Pop that in. Let's see that heat away. So what you don't want to boil your gin, you don't want to cook it, which is what you do is kind of take the chill out of it, you just want to warm it. So that's just warmed up nicely. The cinnamon has gone in there. It's basically allowing the ingredients to kind of really just kind of mix in nicely. So what you want to do is you want to strain your gin because you don't want the ingredients going into your coffee. So you grab a strainer or a sieve at home, whatever you have handy, and just strain them in. Put that to one side. And just give it a gentle stir. Now, we're going to transfer to our glass. So nice and gently pour it in. So what you have there is a nice warm drink. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish it off with a nice cream float. So if you have a warm spoon at home, right, that's what you want to do is you want to lightly whip your cream. You don't want to totally whip the cream, you don't want to spoon it on, you want it to actually pour over the drink. So you just want to very, very slowly pour it. So you see how the cream is actually just gently pouring out there. and it should float nicely on top of the drink. Don't go too fast, just leave it do its thing. So you're just going to bring it up to about the size of your finger or so. Not all the way to the top of the glass, you don't want to fill it too much. And just there. So nice dessert. And to finish, we're just going to take another bit of our cinnamon. Just going to sprinkle it over on top. And finally, if you have another bit of star anise, just pop it in the middle. And there you have a gorgeous after Christmas dinner drink. Thanks very much, folks. I hope you enjoy your Christmas.
Thank you very much indeed, John. That looks fantastic. And I can say it's very interesting when you add the coffee to that. The coffee just really just emphasizes those Christmas pudding flavors. So I would definitely put the coffee in. Colin won't tell you it's his 50th birthday. His wife is hijacking his account. Happy birthday, Colin. Hope you're having a very good evening. And you just had some espresso martinis with your was that espresso martinis for your dinner or with your dinner? If it's for your dinner, that's pretty serious going. It really is. Des says, looks brilliant. What, my hat or the drink? Or probably both, actually. Thank you very much. Here's John now.
Social distance delivery.
Thank you very much indeed. This is really good. Fair play, John. Yeah, just like in rehearsal, that coffee really, oh yeah, the back of them, it's really good. It's a bit like an Irish coffee, but much more interesting. There's layers of flavor, and the things Kieran mentioned, the spices, they come out in the warmth. You got lots of nutmeg going on here. It's really good. A lovely winter warmer. So I'll put that aside for a moment because I have two more things to do before we finish. We've got a couple of winners to announce. So a magic box. Winner number one, Tom Brazel. Tom Brazel, the survey winner, and you win a bottle of Blackwater number 5. Tom Brazel, if you are from the Mitchelstown area, we're probably related. My grandmother's family are the Brazils from Mitchelstown. Second winner for the Facebook competition, Lisa Nikuron. Lisa, from Gorgeous Lap, you win the Taster's box with that lovely little Valerie Lee's lovely artwork on top there. So we'll get that out to you. Anyone else out there? We haven't got many boxes left. Again, if you are looking for Europe or the UK, it's midnight tomorrow night is the cutoff point. If you're in Ireland, it's Sunday the 20th, again at midnight. That's the cutoff point. The very last boxes will be sent Monday. That's it. We are out of here. We will leave you tonight. A bit of music?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? Since we got to get my mandolin. Oh, God. Getting old. Right. This will be brief. This will be very brief because I only know 2 carols, and this is the second one. Away in the Manger? Away in the Manger. Thank you very much. Have a good Christmas. Have a peaceful Christmas. We will see you all in February for the Valentine's box, which we are already working on. So till then, 2020 is nearly over, guys. Take care of yourselves. We're out of here.